Hello, welcome back. Last time I did 2 deletion puzzles, and I enjoyed one of them. Not this one. Green wall. Explode carefully. Let's see what this is about. Orange screen. Green wall. Got it. Here's the green wall. Alright. A lot of pluses and minuses. This looks involved. You look like something hard to reach. Okay, optimal shape here is this type of L bracket. In fact, it has to be exactly that. So like delete the upper left from this square, and I'd have what I need. Because I'd push it down here, push it right, deleting both of those, having a 1x1 that I can still push through there, okay? Alternately, I could delete these early with like a 1x2, and then get a separate block in there. So this looks like a great place to delete that. No, it doesn't. Never mind. And all the rest of these also have to be consumed? Alright. Let's imagine if I started with that. What would it look like? Green wall. Yeah, okay, so that's quite a green wall indeed. Before I go and like, whoa. There's a weird effect over on the left when I undid. Before I go and touch that green wall, let me remove as much of this as I can first. I guess? I don't know. What am I doing? Like, what am I going to do with this? I need the green wall gone first? Like, I guess I need all these gone so that I can, well, no, if I push it all the way down, it's not coming back. Okay, if I could get the green wall out of there, then I could maybe manufacture the shape I want. So yeah, here's the shape I want. It's this one. However, to get through here, I have to pass through the green wall. I think it does have to be exactly this shape going in there. Alright, so in order to make that happen, it's quite a wall indeed. Okay, I think my task is to get something through here. How would that help? None of these deletions can help me out at all. So right, it doesn't matter what touches this. No matter what, there is going to be a contiguous bar of blocks 9 wide right here. There is no deletion that can get them out of there. So it looks like that bars my passage no matter what. Looks like. There's some way that's false. So like this, getting somewhere. Could I bring like multiple 1x1s in? Maybe. It would only take 2 to get there, and then some other shape could maybe consume this. So like if I could split off a bunch of little 1x1s. Without anything extra, one could push through here. Okay, that's maybe almost plausible. With this shape, though, I don't see that happening. Most of the minuses are in such a place that would require me to approach from the top. And then there are these. So I don't get a lot in the way of opening moves. Hang on, no, I can, there is actually just enough room to get this around that. You sure about that now? Only if it absorbs some blocks. And even then, still no. Right? Well, hold on. There's also this. Okay, additional option. Okay, sure. So if I took you instead, pushing you all the way down creates a one of those. I could have consumed these two pluses with the long bar, reducing this to a 2x1, which isn't exactly sufficient for what I need. If I can reinsert you and navigate this through there, I get two 1x1s. I don't know, maybe that's what I want. I'll try it. I'll worry about these things up here once I understand more of the rest of the puzzle. That's a perfect number to get rid of this, and also... Well, it's a little more complicated than that, because I can split off a 1x1 right there. Okay, well I have my ingredients for this, don't I? Oops. So I found a way to interact with this. Neat. Without using the green wall, though, how will I have enough blocks for all the negations I need? Because I have 4 negations, 3 blocks, and 1... Oh, that's enough, isn't it? Not really. If I could have saved... I think you might be really important. I need to save you because this will do at some point in the puzzle. Well, maybe that point can be now, actually, now that I look at it. Yeah, and that's the only one of those you can reach. Okay. So the green wall is just there to consume one of those like that. See, but now... I don't quite have the same opportunity for reforming the things I have here. Yeah, things are a lot worse now. Oh, and I'd have to push down. Yeah, okay, that doesn't work for up here. Alright, well I figured out some things. So let's look at the balance here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16 pluses. Counting blocks I already have, not counting the green wall. That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 minuses. And with the 2 blocks that get trapped there, leaving nothing to actually touch the green wall. Yeah, okay, so 2 blocks will get trapped here. That's the minimum. There's nothing much I can do about that. This part of the level right here makes me think that the action I took was correct. Push a 2 over there, push a 1 up, get it all the way through there, touch that, or touch this with it, do it again, touch that with it. Do it again for that? How will I make that many? Don't know yet. So if I wanted to, I could do this. Alright, let's say I've done that. Pow. Well, problem with this shape is it can't really go anywhere. You have to delete some of those minuses, and without... Okay, so I do definitely have to use this minus on this created block, because otherwise this can never fit through here. Okay. Here are some shapes I haven't had before. This one looks ideal. Oh, see, the problem is that once again, though, I used up this most important minus. I can't do that. Because that has to pair with the green wall. There's no real way around that, unless I can have a longer vertical protrusion here. I don't think that's likely, though. Yeah, like that's really crucial for two different things. I need it to split apart this so that I have my two 1x1s to go here, and I need it to use the last block when I am running out there. Okay, is there a way I could split with, like, this one? I don't think so. I'm not convinced. Hold up. Oh hey, resetting leaves my tracks in the sand. Huh. I just noticed. I'm pushing these weird, whatever. It's fine. Why am I doing what I'm doing? I'm not immediately sure. Hey, what happens if I do this? It touches the pluses before the minus. That's what. Makes sense. So... testing out some shapes here. I can make a longer downward finger for going there, using this. This needs to delete most of these, though. Well, I can do that. Right now. No, I can't. You're in the way. Okay, so then if I'm doing that... Does this shape fit in there? No. No, it does not. Ah, that's a problem, isn't it? Of course it is. Well, if I'm doing that, let's just reset. Hey, the sand reset itself. So why not before? I don't know. It's like sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Alright, so my number balancing thing. Like, okay, so what I think I know about the puzzle right now... Nothing is ever getting through this passage. As soon as something tries, it becomes a permanent wall. And given the number of blocks that I have, so there's a minimum of 2 here, I must meet the minimum exactly. And the thing that connects to the green wall must have a too tall dangle down thing that explodes itself on this negator. Removing that negator from the possibility space for splitting off 2 1x1 blocks to get up here. So how do I do it without? For anything to go through here... Okay, so this can... Oh, wait a second. No, yeah, so the problem with pushing one of, like a square shape through... Oh, I see something. I see something cool. I see a perfect shape that makes it all the way through the bottom here, destroys 2 of its blocks there, and ends up here in this kind of L shape and fulfills that condition. That shape is this one. Okay. So with that shape, then I just mostly want to delete everything I can get my hands on here. Like that. I'm missing an ingredient somewhere in here. My shape is wrong. I actually meant to do this. Okay, so this is not the solution. I can already tell just by the way that it is. But let's see how close it gets me. Yeah, so that makes that L shape that I want there. And once again, this terrain is, yeah, still legal for that. Okay. The width of this hallway convinces me this is more on the right track than bringing 1x1s through. Because there would be no other reason for this to be 3 wide. It'd only be 2 wide if I were bringing 1x1s. Okay, cool. So I just need to blockify this somehow, attach it to that, and destroy this with it. Alright, so where was my opportunity to do that? Probably somewhere in this process. Maybe right now. Yes, right now will definitely work. Okay, so here's how this is going to go. Ooh, not that. You form yourself like that, and then get out of the way for a moment. This comes back and gets an additional thing on its top. Great, yeah, okay, I'm basically done here. Pow, 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 I have my 1x1. This joins with the green wall. Green wall goes down, destroys that last thing. I have to go all the long way around, but that's fine. And I'm done! That's a solve. Neat! Okay, so as this game goes on, it seems like the thinking phase and executing phase are getting more and more intertwined. I'm spending less time just sitting and staring at the start and more actually pushing things around. Maybe it's not so much as the game goes on, but as mechanics are added, like deletion, I don't know, requires a little more just dynamic looking around and thinking at things. The box! Think outside it. Okay. So I'm going to be led down a dead-end path here. That's what to expect. Is this the box? I think this is the box. There are several boxes. I'm in a box right now, kinda. Alright, big level. Lots of pluses. 1 minus only. So this way is currently blocked off. I get to build some stuff in here. So, who's hard to reach? I don't know. What can I do yet? This blocks my way back. I can do some stuff here that doesn't necessarily... Oh, okay. I join... Well, no, I don't insert that in there. What I do is... Oh, yes, I do. Think outside the box, but also get into the box. And you are the one who's hard to reach. Yeah, check it out. So here's the incorrect conclusion I'm led towards, right? I do this, that gets locked up. I bring this out here, and well, I have an additional problem here? There's like a few of them. Alright, so you're the out of reach one. Got it. I think for this I can just, like, carefully construct something to take up just the right amount of space. Yes. My shape's weird. My shape needs to not be weird. So this is the inside-the-box solution, right? Okay, so that wasn't too hard to find. Now, I need to do some modification on that to also consume this. And it does need to directly involve this thing here because that's the only one I can interact with right now. I can do things here early. I don't think that benefits me. Because there's nothing meaningful this can interact with, right? I can't insert anything in there to do a thing with that. Okay, so to think outside this box. This is exactly a 4x4 space that I'm being asked to do this with. Now, that seems unproductive. I'm not in there. I wonder if I need to think farther outside this box to things from outside that could somehow influence what's in here. There's some extra space on the inside of this. I don't think that matters. Yeah, alright, so the trap is very clear. What to do about it is not. It's very suspicious to me that I get access to these so early. Like, I can do stuff with them now, and I can push this around now. Why? This space is narrow. There's no way anything else is coming with me there. I spot something. A piece of terrain that has no reason for existing except to enable me to do this. Oh. Got it. I know what's being asked of me here. It's this. No, it's not that. It's this. To think outside the box, stay in the box for the entire rest of the puzzle. So I just need to phrase this in such a way that I can get over... Okay, yep, got it. Alright, so let's make a square out of you. That's not a square. Do the opposite of the level title, kinda. Alright, you need to be in a way that I can retrieve you with that big thingy. This is an adequate position for that. Okay, cool. So, left, down, left. Bite right here. Get inside the box. Okay, there we go. I believe that is everything necessary. That's as far down as that can go. I have a problem. Oh yeah, I have a problem. This didn't work out the way I thought it might. So that's not the right shape. I need something different. Like, I'm seeing this, but I don't think it's useful in any way. I wonder why it's there, then. Another little bit of the level geometry that just has no obvious reason for being. Oh, okay. So I know how to solve a part of my problem, but not the whole thing. See, now here's... The problem that I have is that pushing through here... the problem I have is I have no horizontal movement once I go up here at all. So how would I get something down there? I am seeing that I can join... I could join any extra pluses over there using this block as late as I want. So I can make this shape whatever I want as long as it first involves a tall bar. I don't think I can weld this to that. Those are way too far away. And also, right, welding requires a plus next to both things that are being welded, and the ability to push two at once, so no. Not even close to being able to do that. Oh, okay, here's what I do. I add 2 squares onto the bottom of this to poke at that. This thing is the one that connects to this, and I should also go ahead and consume... Okay, well, if I'm welding it on there... Okay, so your resting place is here. With a little 2-poke out of... it can be at any vertical position. So if this remains 3 tall... Okay, yeah, great. So I'm going to keep it 3 tall. I can go ahead and also eat this block with you. That'll be fine. Now, I really wanted to do that a little bit differently. I'm going to leave these 2 for last. They're the furthest out of the way. I can't. Okay. I'm going to leave... No, I can gain a top protrusion rate. Okay, so leave these 2. Maybe. I'm enjoying the many layers of this puzzle. Doesn't matter which part of this I add to. Just that will do fine. This shape has to be up here, though. Okay, this is getting awkward. How will I do this? I need a shape here that I can get the box by. And weld to the box in the appropriate spots. I think this can work. Okay, if I'm thinking about this right, I think I can make that shape work. It's a little bit of a journey to actually test my idea, though. Need to do early setup, some busy work in the middle, and then very late confirmation. Nah, it's not that much. It's fine. Okay, so I can sneak by here, push you up by just one, weld to this, weld to that. Nope, I'm wrong. Okay, so if I just gain one of those right now, then I can push you over. There we go. Yeah, and I have a hook for pulling you down, in case I need that. I don't strictly need it, but I will use it, just for fun. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Alright, this should all work. You go there, I sneak through, and everything works. Ah! Everything doesn't work because my shape is wrong. It does have to be on the bottom. Which makes this process more of a problem, doesn't it? Well, why did I make this shape? Why not put 3 on top here? I have room for 3 on top. I have exactly enough room for 3 on top. Okay, 3 on top. So that instead is going to be... Oh, 3 on top. That means all 3 of those. Okay. The layers of this puzzle are many. I think that should be sufficient. So 3 on top. I was wondering why it felt like there was extra stuff to weld to this. Just that one extra little bloop on it didn't feel quite as satisfying as I would expect for this game. That's because I was doing it wrong. Oops. One. You shoot. Can I salvage this? I think so. I'm wrong. Nope, nope, gotta go all the way back. You were supposed to be up one more. I put you too far down. If you're up one more, how do I push you out of there? That touches that. This doesn't let the big block through. This does, but in the wrong way. Okay, so I have to tuck it somewhere and retrieve it with the hook that I'm gonna build? What? No. Hold on. These are too far down. Well, no. So the end of this. 4 wide plus 3 at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 1, 2, 3. So 7 wide here, which means I'm taking up basically this entire row, which means you need to fit You can be no wider than 2 if you're going to be touching that. Am I sure it's the top of this that I'm attaching to? The reason the top works so well is because I can get the then skinny bottom of this down here, occupying only 1 row of this as I slide to the right. Yeah, so that 1 top row is what sneaks by the then bound up block here. It's not going to be here, it's going to be here. Yeah, so taking up the 5th column away from the wall. So yeah, it has to be on the top. So then the puzzle is... Right, okay, so if it has to be on the top, then it can't involve any of these 3 bottom pluses. It has to be the 3 exactly on the top. So these 3 are attaching here. That's the Pompadour. And if you can be no wider than 2 and you do have to use up those, then you do have to be exactly 2 by 3. Rectangular solid, right? If you're 2 by 3 rectangular solid, how do I get this box around you and welded to the things while still being able to retrieve you? Could I do this in multiple steps? There's a lot of room over here. Well, it's going to be reduced once this gets in there. No, I don't really have room to, like, not use up some of these. Push this over, push it down, do some other work, push it back up, and... wait, yeah, I can. I can get one more block of space here. I can get one more block of space. So that means you can be all the way against this wall. So I keep it in the row that it's in, push it all the way to the right against this wall. It has some more width, so against that wall occupies this column. I go around, not having attached my Pompadour yet, go down and around and up, attaching it here and leaving me 5 columns of space here. But if I've done that, why does it even matter? Well, it matters because... Okay, yeah, so I attach one of these only. Okay, so anyway. The shape is still this. As the 4x4 block comes through, that's no good. I have to be able to touch that. I have to be able to touch both of these? What? I'll take up that amount of space. Maybe I want a T-shape here? How would a T-shape help me? Yeah, it's like touching these and also getting around that is the problem I'm having right now. Well, okay, so let's think about this. So if it's a 3-wide Pompadour, once I have it, I'm here. This is 5 away from the wall. It would need to be at least... that many. Let me look at the space. Maybe I'll understand better, since I'm not, like, actually seeing what I'm going to be doing here. I wish I could just, like, macro this part of the level, so I don't have to keep doing the same moves that are identical every time, and making that mistake every time. So when I'm here, where do I want you to have been? So I could sneak around a U that's parked right there, but I couldn't touch the blocks to add my extension to myself to do that. So if I take this one, I certainly can't push you down because there's no getting you back up. And the only way to get around would be to do that at this point, and that's not any good. can't push you down. And if I push you left, you get out of my reach because there's too much attached to me. I'm the right shape now. Yeah, I can do that. So where can you go? If I were attaching to the bottom of myself, or anywhere that's not the top... Oh, wait a second. So maybe I don't attach to the top, because I could have... No matter what I do, the minimum possible space this takes up will attach to these does still involve this square, 1 to the left and 2 down, because I can't weld to like the upper left of this. There's no room to get it around to do that. So this is going to be blocked at the time that I come through here to do the final thing. So if this specific space is blocked, alright, yeah, so just like mark this. I need a shape compatible with that. The only shape compatible with that is either only 5 wide, therefore not having a long enough probe to get in there, or, well, it's only 5 wide on every row except the top one. The top can be wider. And extra width on any other row does not ever help me. So yeah, it's still a Pompadour. The reason I want to get around this before I attach my whole... well... I actually don't have to. Okay, yeah, and I can only attach... So there's 4 spaces here, but only 3 here. So I can attach the top ones to the bottom, but I can't attach the bottom ones to the top. There are still other shape options for this, but I don't think any of them are helpful. No, hang on. So again, if I'm attaching to the top, this can be 3 wide. I think that's going to have to be the key. Because this is where I have the wiggle room. A 3 tall, 3 wide shape of some sort can go all the way against this wall. I can go down around it because I haven't attached anything to myself yet. Really? How's that going to happen? Goes all the way against the wall. I haven't attached anything to myself. I go down, around, push it up. It attaches and occupies this space. With nothing already attached to me, I go back, attach these 3, come back through, and I just have room to squeak through. And then I touch that. However, that means preserving these 3 while getting around this down in this space. That's impossible. There's not anywhere near enough vertical space for that. To get below this, I can't. It is specifically left top I have to attach to. The right will not do. So all my constraints are telling me that I can't do this, so I'm missing some way to do it. Yeah, so it's just getting around this block. Just isn't happening. So these 3 are just super in my way. Imagine if these were not here. Could I park this in such a place? No, okay, so again, the key is going to be using a hook that I attach to myself to pull this downwards. So I want to put this... Well, I can't put it all the way up there. Ah, now I could attach the last block to this from inside the box. Maybe. Okay, so I can't touch these three. Everything that binds to you must be done with these. Alright, so could I... Is there some benefit to, like... No, that doesn't work. Nope. I can't leave it like that and get some extra, like, hooking action on it somehow. Wait. No, that doesn't work. Nope. So that's too far left. I feel like I've been secretly put inside another box here. I'm thinking inside it. And that's why I'm getting stuck, because I'm not seeing the radically different thing I can do somehow. Like I'm trying to do something that's subtly impossible. I just can't pull you. I can't make a hook, because I don't have enough space. Can I make a hook? I can make a hook. I can make a hook. I can make a hook. There we go. Yes, okay, I'll make a hook. Great. If I'm making a hook, I want this shape. Alright. I'll hook you. You go there. This feels a little messier, once again, than what I would expect. This rewind effect seems to get real confused. The extra lines stay around for a long time, and sometimes the sand doesn't know what to do. Wait, no, I can't make a hook. Because then that means I'm one taller right here than I need to be, so yeah, this isn't ultimately going to work. Also, that's just in my way. Never mind, this is no good for anything. Yeah, I can't have preserved that instead. Yeah, to sneak through, I can only have... I need this to consume all of these, and this to take exactly these three in exactly this shape. That's how I get the 7 wide here. Plus stuff. So what's left? What's left to try? I'm just trying to think of different shapes I could do with this that would be helpful somehow. Are there any? That is not useful to anyone. The opposite doesn't ever actually touch this. Yes, so the total number of shapes I can make with this thing is actually pretty limited. I can make that one, which is obviously completely wrong. I can make... I can't actually make the vertical flip of that. I can make this, which is obviously wrong, because again, it doesn't touch this the right way. And there's no way I can manipulate it too. I can make this, which is obviously no good. So what about that? Is there anything that's in any way good about that? I don't think so. Or is there? Okay, so if you were like... Oh, maybe this works. No. No, I can't get around the bottom of it. You'd have to be up. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. There's some vague potential here. Maybe not with that shape, but maybe like with the one that I was using for so long. Boy, I had this puzzle solved 20 minutes ago, but then suddenly somehow there was 20 more minutes of puzzle left beyond that. Ah, this keeps happening. Go away, lines, someday. You just last forever. Okay, so what's my thinking here? Oh wait, I can get around that. Yeah, so I push it right. You push it right, you say. Now you can't get to it anymore. I can't attach my Pompadour. No, nothing even comes close to working here. But what about... Am I sure there's no way this can move down? Yes. Yes, I am. Because of the squareness of this space. I have no horizontal movements. There's a wall directly below me. I have no opportunity to ever push this with such a large block and push it down. And even if I could, I'd then have the problem it's against this wall. And get it in there. No, 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 that's not happening. That's not the way this is done. Oh, I just spotted something. There's a slot here. Means nothing. I cannot slot one of these shapes in there. No, I attach it here. Right? I think so. But can that slot mean anything? Let's see. It would go there. I'd have a hook, like, on my bottom right and go here and pull it up? Even then, no. No, even then it still blocks up that space and I can't pull it the last little bit. Well, I mean, yes, that pulls it the last little bit. But having a thing on my bottom right, one, is not even possible to construct. It might be with the bottom ones of these. Two, doesn't help me with this at all. It just feels like there's something... See, it feels like there's something I can do to get this around and attach stuff and get back, because I did it after having consumed this. With all three of these here, that becomes much less plausible. Welding cannot possibly be involved, because I do need these shapes to end in very different positions from each other. Is there another box I'm still in, somehow, with my thinking? The thing that still just looks like it has the most permeability is wiggling around this shape with this... Okay, so let's just think about that space. In order to attach the Pompadour, I need this to occupy those spaces. And touch that, okay? Subsequently, it needs to occupy these spaces. And this one and that. And then these spaces. And these two, and that attaches. So that's a total of... So the width spans all the way from here to here. Like that entire box becomes a zone of exclusion for you to sit in. So the rightmost place you could go is right here. If you're there at that height... If I could just like turn off combination with these for a moment, then I could slide over there and push you over. But I can't slide under. There's not enough space. This is only 10 tall. This is 3 tall. There's only 1 4 on the side of a 3 in a... Oh, wait, but... If your shape... is what? What am I thinking? No, okay, so the... Downward movement on this. Requires... Oh wait, I think I see it. Okay. I've thought that a lot of times. It's never been true, but maybe this is the time that it's different. Where do I put you? How do I put you? How is any of this ever going to happen? I need to tuck it up somewhere. Up somewhere with a lot of space to its left. This will attach to this. Pull it on down. Like, I'm thinking something that looks approximately like... yeah, okay, so the shape I'm thinking about is this. It looks an awful lot like this is a problem for that. It probably is, but maybe there's some way that it's not. Alright, so how would the thing I'm imagining work? I have a hook now for moving that around, but see, like, this is just, there's nothing I can do with that in my way there. I pushed that down, that's cool, it doesn't help me. Now, while it makes the wrong shape here... Oh, hold on, not yet it doesn't. You're not too far down yet, but now I can't do anything. Can I get away with that? I don't know that I can't. Oh wait, how am I getting to the left of you? I'm not. No, this boils down to the same problem I've always had here. When I pull it down... No, I don't even want to pull it down. So what if I do this now? Okay. Didn't I have an extra space of wiggle room there? Like, maybe this still works. Oh boy, you are picky about this, huh? Hold on, wait. But I can salvage from that state, right? Because I push up and left and pull down with this silly contraption. And if I have enough space, I have to pull down one more. And get around. Okay. I think I might have exactly the amount of space required for that. But then what? Now what do you think you're going to do? This? Because I can do that. Okay. This is the most plausible looking solution I've had so far. In fact, that just does it. I'm stuck. Because I attached too many things to myself. If this were up one more, maybe it'd be good? Can I have it up one more? Maybe I can. Okay, okay, okay. There we go. There we go. And because this is just the one blip there, I just push it to the right. I don't have to have it down because it avoids attaching in this state. There we go, there we go, there we go. Okay, the shape was actually just something I didn't even think to try at all. That just sort of happened by accident at the last minute. Like, my intuition that the wiggle room was right there in that area was correct. I just couldn't quite figure out how to do it for a while. Okay, so I got some real satisfaction out of that puzzle. Took me way longer than I was expecting it to. But you know what? This is just how this game is going to be. Yup. Yup. Alright. I could say more, but I shouldn't. Alright, I'll see you next time for more of these.